I am going to pass this over to Stephanie.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Dr. Alicia, and thank you everyone for coming and sharing time with us this evening. A lot of great stuff to share. And like Dr. Alicia said, we're going to get through this and get you on to dinner and the rest of your evening. So come at us with your questions when we're done. What we're talking about tonight is detox. So is it time for a nutritional and lifestyle detox? And can everyone see my full screen? Nothing's hidden. Okay, great. I'm going to give you a spoiler and say the answer is yes. If you are a human being living on planet Earth, if you have never detoxed intentionally, or if it's been a while, then the answer is yes. But what we're going to look at is why, how, the importance of detoxifying the body. So what is detox? Obviously, it's getting toxins out of the body. But when we detox, what's important and what we'll look at here together is doing it safely and properly and understanding what's involved in getting toxins safely shuttled out of the body. It's a very intricate process, and there's a lot to it. And there's so much that we can practically do in our daily lives to help our body detoxify. Why do we want to detoxify? We live in a toxic world. Frankly, there are toxins in our air, in our food, in what we put on our body, where we just live in a toxic world. That's modern life. It's a fact. So like I said, if you're a living person on Earth, we detoxify because our bodies are accumulating toxins on a daily basis. And so there are things that we can do to detoxify daily. And then once in a while, also do like more to help our body detoxify any kind of overload or buildup of toxins that we may have. And sometimes we're not even aware that we're building up toxins in the body. But when we do, and even when we're not aware of it, this buildup of toxins can lead to various conditions like the ones you see on the screen here: obesity, cancer, sometimes toxicities at the root of these things. Fatigue, a lot of people suffering from like chronic fatigue, or what I hear a lot is brain fog, right? That brain fogginess. A lot of times that's related to a toxic buildup. Neurological conditions, even a lot of these like pediatric neurological conditions, ADHD, autism, these have roots in a toxicity buildup or a buildup of toxins in the body. So when we're not properly detoxing, or when these things are accumulating in the body, they can become these kinds of conditions that we may not even necessarily normally associate with toxicity, but is often at play there. So we're going to talk about 3 strategies for addressing toxic buildup in the body and detoxifying. Strategy number 1 is encouraging healthy elimination of toxins. So we're not just getting toxins out of the body, we're going to do it in a way that's healthy. So key point. And there are 6 ways that the body eliminates toxins. Through the colon, that's going to involve our bowel movements, right? We get toxins out through our bowel movements. Through the lungs, we breathe out gases and so forth. The skin, that's our biggest organ, is actually our skin, and our skin secretes toxins and so forth through sweat and through our pores. Oftentimes, when your body is detoxifying, even in a healthy way, you may see skin reactions or little breakouts of the skin, and that's toxins on their way sometimes out of the body. Because that's one of the ways we eliminate. And when we sweat, the lymphatic system, very important for helping move things around in the body and on their way out of the body. Our kidneys play a big role in filtering toxins in our blood. And the liver, the liver is what I call like the star of the detox show. It really plays a very, very key role in breaking down toxins and helping to eliminate them from the body. And we'll look at that a little bit more shortly. So we talked about, eliminating toxins through bowel movements. This involves our gut, and in order to eliminate through bowel movements, we have to have a good functioning gastrointestinal tract. We have to be digesting and absorbing our foods well and eliminating them through our daily bowel movements. Quick tip: if you're not having a daily bowel movement, you are probably building up toxins in the body. It's one of the reasons why constipation is such a problem, and it's something you want to address with Dr. Alicia if that's an issue you have. So we want to really make sure that we have a healthy gut and microbiome in order to detoxify efficiently and properly. This means that we want to be absorbed when we have, a good functioning GI system, gut and microbiome. Then we're going to absorb our nutrients from foods. Maybe we're eating healthy foods, taking nutritional supplements. We're going to actually absorb those better when our gut is in good shape and when we feed a healthy microbiome and nurture a healthy microbiome. We want to make sure that we have a good integrity of our gut lining and address any kind of leaky gut. If you've ever heard of leaky gut, these are things that we just want to pay attention to and maybe work with our practitioner on to make sure that we're going to really absorb the nutrients that our body needs to detoxify. And we'll see another slide soon that shows us the vast array of nutrients that we need our body to be absorbing in order to support the processes of detoxification. So to support that healthy gut and healthy microbiome, what we want to focus on every day is getting plenty of fiber-rich foods, supplementing it if you need to, but we can also get tons of fiber in our diet if we're intentional about it. That's going to help us have regular bowel movements. It's also going to feed and nurture a healthy microbiome. If we can get vagus nerve activation, if you've never heard of the vagus nerve, that's a whole other webinar, but you can Google it. It's awesome. And there are various practices you can do at home to activate your vagus nerve. Meditation's great. Anyway, lots of things to help nurture that. You want to address any food sensitivities that you may have. If you know you have some or suspect that you may have food sensitivities, it's a great thing to address with Dr. Alicia. Because you want to heal the gut and eliminate those so that you know you're going to absorb nutrients. When you have food sensitivities, it's a sign that you may have a leaky gut and need to repair the gut a bit. And then keeping the microbiome healthy is going to involve getting pre and probiotics. Prebiotics are the fiber I just mentioned. They feed the healthy bacteria in your gut. And probiotics are the healthy bacteria in your gut. So you can get those from food, the environment, supplements, people that take probiotics. And you can also be careful that if we do anything to disrupt the healthy bacteria in our gut, like taking antibiotics and so forth, that we address that and replenish the healthy bacteria in the gut. Some key points about our lymphatic system. That's one of the other ways I mentioned that we detoxify is through the lymphatic system. This system is very important for circulation and for our immune system. This is going to help us remove excess fluids from the body and really help. You can think of it as like moving. It's throughout the lymph system is throughout your body, and it's really going to help keep things moving through and out. So that includes toxins, and we want to keep that lymphatic system flowing. It can become stagnant. Some good ways to help keep the lymphatic system flowing and moving so that you're detoxifying efficiently is you want to get movement every day. That can even be walking. A brisk walk is great for lymphatic flow. That rebounder that you see on the slide here, just jumping up and down like on a trampoline, or the rebounder, is great for lymphatic flow. You can jump up and down on your bed if you won't break it, whatever, but just getting that movement in. Sweat, whether that's from exercise or sitting in the sauna, that's going to be great for lymphatic flow. There's some homeopathic remedies that are helpful. And dry brushing also really helps get that lymphatic system moving. And if you don't know what dry brushing is, you can Google that too. There's tons of resources about it, but it's a great, easy daily thing that you can do like for free at home and in the shower to really help get that lymphatic system flowing properly and getting toxins moving out. So some key points about the lungs. This is another, organ that we use to help eliminate toxins. Obviously, this is where oxygen, carbon dioxide are flowing. It's like breathing is like that essential function of life. But every time we breathe, we're also excreting waste products. So we don't often think about that, but it's an important aspect of breathing. And so something that we can do to help ourselves eliminate more toxins is things like breath work, doing deep breathing exercises. There are lots of these on YouTube even. You can find some great guided breath work techniques that you can take and use on a daily basis, just sitting at your desk or in the shower or in the car or wherever, to really mindfully breathe out more toxins. We can also make sure that we're getting lots of fresh air as much as we're able to, while also being mindful that we have to pay attention to what kind of air we are breathing in. So you don't want to go outside and do your deep breathing in a highly polluted area. You want to do it where you're going to get the freshest, cleanest air. And think about things like air purifiers for your home. If you have issues in your home, like potential mold, or if you have other aggravating things in the environment where you live or work. It's a major way that we get toxic buildup is through polluted air. So the kidneys play a key role in helping us detoxify. They process tons of blood. I mean, what moves through our kidneys on a daily basis is just mind blowing to me. So they have a big job. We want to help the kidneys. We want to stay well hydrated to help them do their job, and really just respect what a big job they have. Another way to help support your kidneys, besides drinking lots of water, filtered water, and filtered water is key because we don't need to add to our toxic load when we're drinking water. And I don't know where everyone lives, but here in San Diego, where we are, and in many places, the tap water is filled with a shocking number of toxic substances. So another way to help the kidneys is to eat antioxidant-rich fruits and vegetables. Those that are really rich in antioxidants are going to be your bright, deep-colored fruits and vegetables. So like the brighter and deeper the color, the more nutrient-dense, the more full of antioxidants they're going to be. And you can consider herbs like stinging nettle or burdock root to support the kidneys if you and your doctor are cool with that. The skin, it's so important to think about the skin. We often forget that the skin is the body's biggest organ. And, it really is an important place that we can eliminate toxins from our body. So as you can see in the second bullet point here, when other organs are congested, right, when the kidneys and the liver have too much going on, and they are busy organs, especially in this toxic world, and especially with our stress and all the things that we're processing in our body, the skin tries to push toxins through the skin. So the appearance of your skin can be a really good barometer for the general health of your body. So a sign that you may need to detox or may need to help your body with the process of detoxifying could be your skin is breaking out, you're getting rashes, you're getting mystery red splotches on your body. These are your body telling you that something is off inside, and oftentimes it can have to do with a sluggish liver or things to do with an impaired detoxification. So it's important we remember that everything we put on our skin, we absorb. That being said, we should be very mindful to, get on that trend of clean beauty, clean products. And we want to help our body sweat, because the more we can get a good sweat every day, we can help push those toxins out, but we also need to stop putting toxins on as much as possible. I just can't stress that enough. There's so many great clean skincare products now. And even today I was buying my, laundry detergent, and it was the free and clear, because otherwise we've got synthetic fragrance and maybe dyes in there that really aren't necessary, but that are toxic and can cause reactions as a result. So your liver, it's like, I was thinking about the liver today. I'm a working mom, and I just feel like the liver is like a working mom. Like, it's doing so many things. It's like the working mom is like working and raising kids and cleaning the house and trying to take care of all the things. Well, your liver is that organ in your body. It's like juggling in there. So it's a filter for toxins. It helps get toxins ready to shuttle out of your body. It's also where we process our hormones. So sometimes when we have a toxic overload, it can impact our hormonal balance. And Dr. Alicia knows all about that. She's like our hormone expert. But so sometimes women especially will have hormone imbalance and come to find that they really need to show their liver some love and help getting the toxins out of the way so that your liver can do its important jobs, like storing our fat soluble vitamins and producing hormones and bile and these other important functions that it serves. In order to show our liver some love, what can we do? We can avoid heavy drinking and drug use, eat an anti-inflammatory diet, choosing organic as much as is possible, and try to manage our sugar and our intake of healthy versus unhealthy fats. And there are lots of supplements and herbs that we can use to support the liver as well. Second strategy is actually just decreasing our toxic load. Okay, so this idea of the toxic load, you can see our two little bucket friends here. What the water inside the buckets is analogous for toxins. The guy on the left, he still has a smile on his face. Even though he's filling it with toxins on the inside, he can handle it still. He's still living his daily life, not quite aware that he's full of toxins because his liver's working well, he's handling them. The poor bucket on the right is overflowing. He just has too many toxins for his body to process, to handle. That's toxic overload. That's carrying a toxic burden that's just too much. And that's what happens to us when we have impaired detoxification or too many toxic exposures. It just happens. And toxins are, as I said earlier, everywhere. They're coming from mercury in our fish, pollution from cars. We have aluminum, in our deodorant. We have pesticides all over our food that we're eating. Even unfortunately, nowadays, some organic food is getting pesticides from the neighboring farms. These toxins are really surrounding us, unfortunately, and they lead to inflammation in the body. So inflammation comes from a lot of different sources, comes from poor diet, lack of sleep, stress, chronic conditions. And when we have inflammation in the body, we have this unfortunate scenario where, as you can see here, the toxins can't escape the cell, they get trapped, and the nutrients and hormones that we need to handle these things can't get in. So we end up in kind of a bind. So as much as we can reduce inflammation by eating an anti-inflammatory, basically clean, healthy diet, doing stress reduction techniques in our life, getting enough sleep, and so on, that's going to really help us out. We have acute inflammation. This comes from things like having an infection, being sick, being injured. That's acute inflammation. But many of us are walking around with chronic inflammation, from chronic stress, from chronic low-lying, from a toxic load that we're not even necessarily aware of yet, many things. And that can lead to these conditions that people suffer from quite commonly that you see here: cardiovascular disease, cancer, autoimmune disease, and so on. So we have to reduce our toxic load. We have to, because we don't want to become the bucket that spills over, basically. Once that bucket is spilling over, we have cardiovascular disease, we have obesity, we have cancer, right? So we want to not get there. So a couple of hacks. Health hack number one, go organic when you can. Quick little differentiation here. Sometimes you'll see on a label non-GMO, doesn't mean organic. You can have a non-GMO product that still has pesticides all over it. So ideally, when you can, you want to look for organic and non-GMO. But organic is really the seal that you want to see on something. Now, it may be pricier to purchase organic. There may be various reasons, availability or whatever, why you can or can't get a hold of something organic. And that's, totally understandable. The Environmental Working Group puts out a list every year. If you go to ewg.org, it's an amazing resource for learning about toxins in food and products, including your beauty products. But anyway, they put out this list every year of the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. The Dirty Dozen are those fruits and vegetables that are the most highly basically end up with the most pesticides all over them. These are the ones we really want to avoid. So for example, if there's one food that you're going to buy organic every single time, strawberries. It's number one on the Dirty Dozen. The Clean 15, on the other hand, these are fruits and vegetables that they find on the whole, even when they're not organically grown, have the least pesticide residues on them by the time you're buying them and consuming them. So if you want to save money on getting certain things not organic, or if you just can't get certain things organic, the Clean 15 are those fruits and vegetables you don't have to worry as much about, but the dirty dozen you want to pay attention to every year and make sure those are the products you're getting organic when you can. So we want to minimize our intake of harmful substances. So that means just eating lean meats because those pesticides that we're trying to avoid, they like to concentrate in fats. So the fattier meats are going to hold on to more of those pesticides. So we're going to try to get organically grown lean meats. You can, if you have an inorganic product with the produce, you can peel the skin off of it to help just take off the bits that have that pesticide, clean your produce, all these types of things. And then the last bullet point here, very important, making sure that your drinking and cooking water is filtered. If you want some good recommendations for filtered water, put a message in the chat. I'll email you, or you can ask Dr. Alicia. Health hack number 2, clean up the personal care and beauty products. This is so trendy right now, which I love because we got to do it. We got to clean up the skincare. Our cleaning products are so full of toxins, and then we touch them, we breathe them, we sleep in them, and they're all around us. And we don't think about it because they're cleaning. We think of them as, well, we need it to kill the germs, but we don't need it to kill our liver at the same time. So we can find clean versions or go on YouTube and find how to make your own clean versions, which is also fun. The third strategy we're going to run through now is foods for detox. So food plays a role in all the phases of detoxification. I'll talk in a minute about the phases of detox, but food and nutrients are key throughout the process of detoxification. So here we are. This is a super sciencey slide, and we don't have to understand it. We don't have to get into it in detail, but the main point is that detox happens in 2 phases, phase 1, phase 2. In phase 1 of detoxification, toxins are transformed into what we call intermediary metabolites. They're basically turned into a form that is going to be able to be excreted from the body. And in phase 2, the body's actually going to excrete them. A lot of times people find that they have an imbalance in their ability to perform phase 1 and phase 2 detox. So underneath each phase on this slide, you can see long lists of nutrients that are required to perform stage 1 and phase 2 detox. So on phase 1, things like niacin, folic acid, B12, glutathione. For phase 2, glycine, taurine, N-acetylcysteine, the long list of nutrients. And these are coming from our food. Very important that we're absorbing these through a healthy GI tract and all those things that I mentioned earlier. But sometimes you might find that you have a sluggish or let's say a really, really active phase 1, and you have all those nutrients and you're on point and you're getting those toxins ready to be excreted. Phase 2 is not getting all the proper nutrients that it needs for whatever reason. Then you've got this buildup of toxic sludge that can't actually get out of the body through phase 2. And then you start having symptoms and these conditions that we want to avoid. So the point here is that we need lots of nutrients to support both phases of detox in balance, to have everything kind of working in harmony and beautifully. So it takes a really healthy GI tract, good absorption of nutrients, and a really well-rounded, healthy diet. So Dr. Alicia and I are really excited to announce an opportunity for all of us. Dr. Alicia and I are participating as well, starting on Monday next week. We're going to get going with Dr. Alicia's 14-day detox program. 14 days is an easy commitment, right, Dr. Alicia?
Yeah, Stephanie, actually, you did so amazing. I think we're going to have a couple minutes. So I just want to kind of take a break for a moment and kind of just, you told us so many helpful things, and I'd like to open up the floor just really quickly or use the chat. I was kind of popping in some things. I don't know if you guys noticed into the chat. I would love to hear raise your hand if you think the liver does more than 100 activities in your body. Yep. Okay. I see one hand, couple hands. What about 200? You think it does 200? I would love to hear from somebody. Put it in the chat. Give me the max number. How many different functions do you think that your liver does on a daily basis? And maybe we'll I don't know what we're going to do, but I just want this to be interactive for a moment. I know you guys, sometimes when we're information overload, So
This is a great question. I don't know the answer to this.
anyone put in the chat box. The chat box is down in your little Zoom things. I love it. Thank you, Samantha. I have no idea. 333. That's actually really close. Bonnie, good job. Bonnie, you are right. 500 different. You were surprised. You that was an educated guess. Yeah, so 500. I'm listening to the book. If you guys get my emails, I'm listening to the book How Not to Die by Dr. Michael Gerber, I believe is his name. And so I'm relearning things. And so I would love to hear, did someone walk away with something new today, something that you've never heard? I want to make sure that this was valuable, because we might do these again if it was valuable. I see a nod from Deborah. Put into the chat box so then everyone can kind of participate. Put a why, just yes if it was helpful in this for you. Okay, good. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Bonnie. Good. I'm glad that this information was helpful, and I know we threw a lot at you, but again, we're going to get the recording, and I will actually pass it back to you, Stephanie. Oh, actually, one last thing. The environmental working group, if you guys don't know what products are healthy, it's hard to know, is your sunblock healthy or is it toxic? Because many sunblocks actually do have toxic ingredients. The environmental working group has a separate category division called Skin Deep. You'll be able to Google that. Skin Deep is their database of healthy personal care products, and they will give you the rating to say, is it very nice and healthy, or is it medium, or is it more toxic?
And sometimes it's surprising when I put things in there. I'll be using a brand that looks like it's going to be clean because they use like earthy, naturey looking packaging or something. I think, oh, this must be a clean brand. And sometimes it's really shocking and they'll break down what's actually in there. It'll tell you which substances are kind of the red flags, if there are any. And it can be very enlightening.
Awesome.
Bonnie, yes, exactly.
Back to you.
Cool. So I'm glad we're learning some things, and obviously we always welcome questions. But I just kind of want to go over an action item that we all have the ability to take if we want to, because just like I said at the top slide, it's something detoxifying on a periodic basis is something that we all need to do, just given the toxic world that we live in. The fact that we're exposed to toxins and potentially building them up on a daily basis. So what we have the opportunity to do for the next 14 days, if we wish, like I said, Dr. Alicia and I are starting Monday, and you can join us then if you're able to. But we're going to be basically doing a 14-day detox program. And what the program is going to do is help us reduce our food triggers. So we're going to eliminate things that, are a burden to the liver or to our body, or that are inflammatory. We're going to proactively support our liver function through key nutrients and supplementation. We're going to be focusing on starting to really consume more organic foods. Like, we're going to take the opportunity to shop mindfully and use that Clean 15. We're going to eat a lot of phytonutrients, nutrient dense foods, a lot of antioxidants. We're not going to pay attention to our calories in, calories out. This is not a diet. So excited about that. It's really about feeding the body the nutrients that it needs. It's not about weight or calories or any of that stuff. But we are going to encourage the healthy elimination of toxins from the body, help balance our hormones and our metabolism by doing that. This slide is just a few detox methods that we can use during those couple of weeks if we wish, or at other times. And just a quick slide here about this 14-day detox program is going to include twice daily detox smoothies. So twice a day, we're going to drink a meal replacement smoothie. We can still eat more food if we're hungry, but these shakes are nutrient dense and full of detox nutrients. We're going to have twice daily supplement packets that give us all those phase 1 and phase 2 nutrients that we saw on that list on another slide. And we're going to eat a healthy diet free from inflammatory foods. And then Dr. Alicia is going to invite any of us that are participating to download a wellness app that we can use throughout the 2 weeks to it's going to give us a meal plan, recipes, shopping list. So if you want help knowing what to eat, it's going to give us everything that we need, or it will just also let us know what foods to eliminate and what foods to enjoy. And you can make your own recipes if you wish, but you have a full meal plan there if you want it. The app allows you to set your own personal goals so you can keep accountable to your goals. And then you can also track, did you take your supplements today? Did you drink your smoothies? Did you eat foods that are on the plan? Did you did you have a glass of red wine? You got to fess up in the tracking on the app. All good, but it's a way for you to kind of keep accountability for yourself. And Dr. Alicia can keep an eye on how you're doing, tracking your movement. If you have a wearable device, it feeds through. You can track all sorts of metrics, and then it's going to send you daily motivations and reminders, and you can message through the app if you have questions during your program. So it's going to make it really easy for us to spend 14 days, 2 weeks focusing on detoxifying and helping our bodies detox. And what can happen in 14 days is actually amazing. These are some testimonials for people who've actually done the program. People are losing weight. Their lipid profiles are improving. Hair is falling out less. Brain fog is lifting and energy is coming back. So if any of that sounds appealing, I know it does to me. And I think, everyone at this time of year at New Year's has their own goals and things that we want to work on and feel better about with our health. So 2 weeks detoxing, or I like to think of detox also as just resetting, cleansing, cleaning up, our health and our life. So this is our opportunity to do that. Are you ready? Do you want to join us? If you do, Dr. Alicia has 3 kind of options for participating in the program. You can take it as you are able or as you wish. Your premium option is going to include those supplement packets, daily smoothies, and all the features of the wellness app. The middle option there, Reset Program Lite, right, is going to include your supplement packets, but not your meal replacement smoothies. So you'll just go with solid food meals and kind of focus on those organic foods, healthy foods, and have the app support as well. And if you just want to jump in with the basic reset this time, it's going to be a simple one greens powder to support healthy detoxification, and the app support as well. So you can kind of choose what you're ready for, what you want to commit to. I'm going all in because for 2 weeks, the results that you can get and feel are super worth it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Thank you everyone for sticking around. And I apologize again for, I feel like we're now rushing to the end. So this, do take a snapshot right now. If you're on your phone of this slide, you will either text Tiffany, she's not available tonight, or you will email her to tell us what you would like, what level you would like to join us on. And what I'm going to try to do before we get cut off is I'm going to end the meeting, but I'm going to try to actually restart this same meeting so that we can have some more time together. But thank you so much for joining. I'm going to hang up. We appreciate you. And then I will start this meeting again for people who want to stick around for more questions. So same link. I'll see you in a minute. And thank you, everybody. Goodbye.